E-League. So CMSA eSports is a nonprofit based out of Chicago that provides a space for LGBTQ plus people and their allies to play esports and video games in a safe, non-toxic, lightly competitive atmosphere. So we just started our League of Legends, ARAM, and Overwatch 2 leagues, and we have our Dead by Daylight League starting up tomorrow with our Fortnite League starting up on Monday. We are going to start tonight with Night 1, Season 2. We've got some new people with us on the D&D stream tonight. A couple familiar faces, though, I think. So if everyone just wants to go around and introduce themselves, just that we all know who we're talking about, maybe give us some background on your character if you want, that'd be great. So go for it. Let's see. Who is first? Chroma, let's start with you.
Hello, I am QWERTY Asdiff, your personal healthcare companion. AKA, my name is Chroma, and I will be playing QWERTY Asdiff, the Circle of the Shepherd Druid, who also happens to be a Warforged and is definitely not Baymax from Big Hero 6.
Awesome. Kent, how about you?
I'll be playing Warrior 1. She's a monk from an elven monastery who found an ancient tome describing the way of balance, and after fulfilling the final challenge within our monastery, she was imbued with special powers where if she did specific rhythmic or athletic movement, she could channel special energies. So she wants to spread the way of balance with the world.
Incredible. Thank you so much. All right, Buck, how about you?
Hey, I'm Buck. I'll be playing John Wick Erman. No copyright. He's a ranger, the Swarmkeeper subclass. I think my headcanon for right now for John Wickerman is that he gave up civilized society for bee powers in the woods. So I'll be channeling that, whatever that is. He's a ranger, so I think hijinks are in order and a lot of root-based magic.
Awesome. All right, and Eric, how about you?
Yeah, so hi, I will be playing Giggles McStab. I'm a rogue clown. I am kind of just living on life on the edge. I kind of grew up in like a rough upbringing, was kind of like trying to be the biggest like clown that could ever be, but things didn't pan out the way I wanted them to, so I kind of lived life on the edge a little bit, and now trying to find my place in the world and figure out where I fit, and we'll see where life takes me and where my place is. So
incredible. Thanks so much. Okay, team, let's go ahead and get started. So you are at the outskirts of the town of Lan. You're here knowing that in the last couple months, there's been quite a bit of activity that has been growing related to potential dragons and dragon cults. And you came to this town looking for some work. And eventually you did find it. You were at an inn, spoke with the barkeep, who eventually, after you described the fact that you're looking for work, kind of let you know that there is an individual named Doomguide Yovir Glandon. He's a high priest of Kalemvor. He's looking for adventurers like you who might be able to provide him with some assistance. The barkeep tells you that he is located in the Valhingen Cemetery, which is just north of the town of Flan. And so you all decide that this is a good lead for some potential work, and you start making your way there. Make your way outside of the city of Flan after a good night's rest. It's the morning. The sun is shining pretty brightly in the graveyard. And eventually you approach what appears to be this gray-robed man. He's working in the dirt. You can see that he has these kind of dirty, calloused hands, and you can see that he's wearing these grass-stained robes. He appears to be a relatively learned man, as far as you can tell, just based upon his dress. You can see that he's working in the dirt. He's turning the dirt with a small hand trowel. Several pots of flowers are next to him. Without looking up, he speaks with an even voice. I'm so glad you answered my call for aid. If all is as I fear, time may be short. Let's talk quickly, please. Come. I'm glad to see that you have answered my call. Please, to whom am I speaking? My name is Doomguide Yovir Glandon.
I am QWERTY. You have fallen. Do you need assistance standing up?
Oh, that's very kind of you. No, I suppose I don't need assistance. I can get up just as easily as I sat down. You can see he puts his hands on either side of him, and he tries to lift himself up, and you can see he's a little frail for his age, so it takes him a little while to get there. But eventually, he stands up. He brushes himself off. You can see that there's dust from the ground that kind of billows off of his robes, but you can see that the robes still have the green grass stains on them. QWERTY, it's nice to meet you. I can't say that I've seen individuals like you in the city of Flan before. And he kind of takes a look at the rest of you and he says, in fact, you all seem like relatively unfamiliar faces. I suppose I'm very thankful that adventurers like you have decided to come to Flan to provide what assistance you can. Who else do I have the pleasure of speaking with?
I think John goes to raise a hand, and like 3 bees fall out of his like sleeve as he raises his arm. And then, yeah. So, old man, sir.
It's Doomguide Yovir Glandon, please. I'm a high priest of Kelemvor.
Boomhide. I hear that bee stings, wink wink, are incredible for achy joints. Can I offer you 10 or maybe 20?
Stings? I'm quite all right. Thank you very much. It's very kind of you to offer. What an unusual bunch, he mutters under his breath.
I will scan you for injuries.
Okay, well, I didn't...
Scan
okay.
complete. You have sustained no injuries. However, your brittle bones indicate old age.
Okay. It was a little rude, but all right. Maybe I should have asked the barkeep to send people a little more, socially adept. Well, I suppose this is all we have, but, okay, well, it's nice to meet you, John QWERTY. Yes, you too. What insults do you plan on throwing my way?
Oh, I was just going to plan on engaging us in a round of some deep breathing. You're speaking to Warrior 1. Pleasure.
One, it's a pleasure to meet you too. Hopefully the savior of Flan. Great. And to you, with the is this a mask, I take it?
Yeah, I don't think you need to see what's underneath this, but it's okay. I just think it's one of those things where it's just better if I leave this on. You know, I'd like to keep it on, please.
A shy individual, I can appreciate that. Excellent. Well, now that you're all here, I suppose I better get to the chase. You see, there have been rumors recently, of a, well, I know it sounds quite absurd, but of a ghost ship attacking small villages and lone farms, inns on the northern coast of the Moonsea, and moving up the iron route towards Flan from Gentile Keep. Unfortunately, no one seems to be moved to act, and the danger, I believe, is moving closer and closer to Flan. I hope you'll be willing to consider my concerns and take my concerns seriously, because very few in this city seem to be doing so.
Nobody seems to care about what's going on in the city? There's like danger happening?
Well, I suppose there is one organization who has shown a little bit of concern. The Knights of the Black Fist. They're somewhat concerned about the situation, but they haven't provided much assistance. They did task one of their number, I forget who, a Knight of the Black Fist, Alid, I think her name is. I believe they sent her out to gather information. It's possible that she might be able to provide additional information about the attacks that she's seen. You know, she's been going out down the coast and has seen some of the damage. But that's one individual you might consider speaking with. I know that there are some other unusual circumstances here in the city. Uh, I mean, just yesterday there was a man from a hamlet, I believe, 2 days southwest of Flan, I believe. He was picked up just outside of the city. He was, quite frankly, a little concerning. He was raving about a Dracolich. To be completely honest, he seemed a little insane, but he was taken into the care of the Kalemverites. He's there now at the temple, if you wish to speak with him as well.
So we head
Excellent.
to the temple and speak
Yeah,
to
it's-
Eyelid.
Yeah. Point the way, please, Doom Guy.
Okay, it's Doom Guide, Joverglanden for like the fourth time. Yes, if you just take the way southeast, you'll make your way actually into Flan proper, and you can't miss the temple. It's the big shiny building with domes. If you go inside, you can meet with several of the individuals in there who might be able to provide you with some assistance and guide you along the way.
How will we know? How will we be able to tell the person that we need to look for? What do they look like?
My recollection is that he is an older, disheveled individual. But you might be able to ask around the temple once you arrive. This individual is quite unusual. I can't imagine that the description that you provide would lead to any other individual that you might be speaking of.
Destination set for the temple. Shall we go?
I'm already jogging.
I am not fast.
Thanks
It's
a million,
okay, Quirty,
Boom
let's
High.
go.
Oh, okay. Well, it's been an absolute pleasure meeting all of you. He rolls his eyes. And you all make your way out of the cemetery towards the city of Flan. And eventually, it takes maybe, a good 7 to 10 minute walk to get from the outskirts where the cemetery was into the city. You make your way there, and you see kind of in the heart of the city of Flan, you see the temple, or you suspect what you suspect is the temple that this Doom Guide has directed you to. You see that it's a large, kind of white marbled temple with a large door in the front. You walk inside, and you can see inside lots of individuals wearing robes and just kind of very, very well kept, haircuts, very well kept looking individuals. And you eventually find someone who's kind of sitting behind kind of like a little reception area desk there. He sees the four of you kind of looking around, kind of confused, kind of like looking your way, or looking for where it is you're trying to go. And he just says, "Excuse me, are you looking for someone? Can I help you?"
We are looking for Eyelid.
I'm sorry, for who?
Eyelid.
Oh, I'm not sure that I'm not sure that I know anyone by that name here. Do you know? Are they a worshiper? Are they in the infirmary?
Anyone acting particularly strange around here?
Oh, strange. You must be here for Yip. Yeah, he's in the infirmary. I should be honest. I don't know that Yip is his name. But he has this kind of thing that he does every once in a while. He's somewhat. He doesn't really talk all that much, except to repeat a couple phrases here and there. And at the end of a couple phrases, he makes this noise which sounds like Yip. We don't know this individual's name. We've just kind of taken after calling him that. He's in the infirmary. If you go down this hallway, make a left, you'll find it. You can go there if you'd like. I would want to warn you though that there's an acolyte in there, and he's there to watch. And the scene that you might find is probably not the most ideal. Just please brace yourself. It's not the prettiest of sights, but it's for his safety. Let me assure you.
I am a personal healthcare companion. May I ask what his injuries are?
Well, as far as I know, it's been a while since I've been in the infirmary, but as far as I know, last time we were there, he has kind of sores around his wrists. Frankly, unfortunately, we did have to tie him to a chair. He's been very non-compliant, I suppose, is the word for it. And so we did have to tie him down for his own good. But he's just, rather disheveled. He just got wounds on his hands. He's not in a good place, I don't think. If you provide healing assistance, maybe you could be assistance there.
I would like to scan his injuries.
Okay. Like I said, yeah, just down the hall to the left. Thanks for coming. Might I ask why you're here? Why you want to speak with him directly? I mean, I can't imagine that anyone would be going out of their way to find someone who is, well, mad.
Doom Guide sent us this way. Therefore, we are following up on his concerns.
Oh, why didn't you say so earlier? Of course, go. Please feel free. You'll find him down the hall.
Where he starts marching.
So, you make your way down the hall to the left, and you open up a door, and inside you see several beds, along with chairs, kind of like against the wall. And inside you see a disheveled man with wild hair. He's tied to a chair in front of an open window. You can see that he has deep, scabbed scratches that cover his face and his hands. And his hands themselves are wrapped with bloody bandages. You can see that his eyes dart around the room almost without seeing, and he's mumbling to himself. You also see, kind of a little ways away, that there's a young acolyte in gray robes. He's changing linens on a nearby bed, with restraints that are dangling from its sides. He's a younger individual, and he looks up and he nods at your entrance. Welcome to the infirmary. You may call me Eldon, gentle masters. If you have any questions, I've seen to the man's care since last night. Can I help you? What brings you to visit with him?
Just to clarify, the guy with the beard is the young man, and then
No.
the one over
This individual is the disheveled man. This
Disheveled.
is the
Okay.
Yes, this is the acolyte.
acolyte.
This is,
Got it.
Eldon.
Not disheveled.
Yeah.
Ah.
I would like to scan his injuries, if you do not mind.
Please do. I would just warn you though. Please be careful as you approach. It can be a little unpredictable.
Can I make a medicine check?
Absolutely. Give me a medicine check, and just describe to me kind of what it is that QWERTY is doing as they're making this.
QWERTY is literally just kind of like looking at him up and down, just making visual observations. He's kind of assuming madness at this point.
Mhm.
But if there's like a rash or something coming out of there, then maybe some kind of disease that he may not entirely know, considering he rolled a 12.
Amazing. Okay. So you got a 12?
Yes.
Okay, so with a 12, you walk up and he hasn't quite noticed you yet. He's kind of like looking out the window, and you can see he's kind of like twitching a little bit here and there. His eyes are kind of darting back and forth. With a 12, QWERTY, you can see that he's deeply tanned. He has these really, really rough hands with dirt under his nails. And so you make you reach the conclusion that perhaps he's some sort of farmer or outdoor laborer. And you can see that he's got several wounds that have been dressed well. You also see that he has got a cut. Let's see. He's got a cut, one small cut, kind of like on his side that doesn't seem like it's been totally dressed yet. And he's got a couple other cuts, kind of like on his face and chest. You can see that he's badly bruised, and he's got these contusions from some sort of blunt object as well.
Where are these contusions at? Are they just like all over his body?
Yes, yeah, all over the place.
Could I run some sort of check, or if this is even possible to know, what the likelihood is of some of these injuries being self-inflicted and which ones aren't?
Yeah. I don't know. Give me an argument. Do you want to do a medicine check or investigation? What would you like to do?
I
What
think,
are you doing? Yeah.
yeah, maybe investigation. I think the motivation being that I don't know, a knife cut and like some kind of blunt force trauma is more gnarly than anything he would have access to in here, you know. So maybe investigation.
Yeah. Give me an investigation check, please.
I got a 19.
Okay. So with a 19, that's a good roll. With a 19, you can tell that a couple of the cuts are not self-inflicted. That being said, you can see that as you're investigating him, he takes his hands and he brings them up to his mouth, and he starts chewing on his fingers pretty vigorously. And you can see the acolyte. So clearly, he does have the capacity to harm himself, and wants to. So you can see the acolyte kind of darts forward. Yep, no, please. Let's put your hands back in the restraints, please. And you can see he grabs Yip's hands, kind of forces them down to the side, puts them back into the restraints on either side of the chair. The acolyte turns around and says, I don't know what to do. He came in yesterday. I just don't know what I don't know what possibly could have caused this. And
Does it hurt when I touch it?
As
like, touch
you
him.
as you do that, he flinches, and he starts yelling, "The eyes of the Dracolich! It sees me! It is coming!" And he yells, "Yip! The small shambled what before the eyes? Clack, clack, yip! The ghost ship, fog, blood and flame, village no more." And the acolyte kind of walks up to you, QWERTY, and just, excuse me, please step away. Please step away. He's very dangerous, considering he was just released from his restraints. I must get them back on. He does that. He secures everything, and Yip is continuing to do these kind of nonsensical announcements. The eyes of the Dracolich, they see me.
He seems to have had a premonition.
Very apt. Can anybody? I'm not necessarily magically inclined. Do we have any wizard types in the group?
Like I can look into his eyes and ask, like, have the eyes seen you?
He for a very brief moment, warrior, he looks into your eyes, and there's not a sense of like there's no clarity there, but you can see they just train directly onto your eyes, and all he says is, "The eyes see me. The eyes of the Dracolich see me. It is coming." And as you're kind of like leaning in to get a good look at his eyes, he begins to thrash again and yell out, "Ah, the eyes!"
What should we do? What should we do about the eyes?
Warrior, are you asking the?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
He says,
Yep.
he says, blood and flame. My village is gone. Yep. Ghost ship. fog, gone. And as this continues for a little while longer, Acolyte Eldon kind of walks up and he says, he's been doing this ever since he came in last night. He's been talking about, as far as I understand, it's his village that was destroyed, but there's little more that we're able to discern beyond that. Frankly, no one knows who this man is or exactly what it is that happened, but clearly his mind is gone. He just arrived in the graveyard yesterday. He was wandering in on the road from the west, bearing wounds that appeared to be at least a day old already.
Activate Goodberry. You just see QWERTY like open up a compartment in his stomach and you hear a ding. He pulls a little Goodberry out and he starts like putting it into the guy's mouth that's restrained.
We have a very strict meal schedule, and
He
it
will
goes
feel
into,
better.
It goes into Yip's mouth, and he eats it, and it looks like he stops thrashing a little bit. It looks like he doesn't look quite as uncomfortable from the restraints. He like calms down for a brief moment, but you can still see he's very like agitated and he's twitching a lot still. His eyes are still darting, but it looks like the Goodberry, provided some relief for him, whatever that might be. But
He pats him on the head and goes, there, and steps back.
Incredible. Crazy, as you step back, Eldon says, there was a female Black Fist knight who had arrived not long after Yip did at the graveyard. I don't know if you've had the opportunity to go out to the Black Fist guard post, perhaps to speak with that individual. Maybe they might have some sort of information. It's just down the road that way. She has cropped blonde hair streaked with gray. She actually came in to interview this man after she heard about him, and after she showed up at the graveyard, she came here to interview him. But he just continued to rave incredibly loudly as the knight attempted to question him. Eventually, he just began barking like a dog. She might be able to give you some more information about what is happening.
Before we go speak with her, what sorts of questions was she asking? Yep.
I only heard bits and pieces here and there, but I think she was asking about his village and when the village was destroyed. If indeed it was as he says, when it was destroyed, whether he has heard of any other damage or destruction to other settlements or villages along the coast. Frankly, I was tending to some of the other patients and dealing with my own business. That's just what I overheard. It sounded like she was trying to piece together some sort of timeline, though, I think.
Oh, that's very helpful. Thank you, Elvin.
You're very welcome. Very welcome.
Yeah, thank you, Melvin.
Okay, I thought it's Eldon. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, great.
What was the name of Yip's village?
No one knows. We couldn't get the name from him. We haven't heard any news, or at least I haven't heard of any news of any villages being destroyed.
Is there any way you are able to paste the premonition thing that he just said in the chat? Is that already written, or?
Oh yeah, what it is that
That he said, yes, because I already forgot all of it, but I know it's there. Taking notes on the side, but my brain did not think, hey, let's type the premonition out.
Do we know if Yip came in? I know he came in from the west to the graveyard. Did we learn that he had anything with him, or just like the clothes on his back?
As far as I know, well, he came to me like this, and I think he showed up in the graveyard. Frankly, looking much worse than this. Even more disheveled, dirty clothes. Wounds were fresher. They weren't tended to. As far as I understand, he was a pretty pretty sorry sight.
All right, I suppose the best course of action is to visit this knight.
So y'all just want to go hang out in a graveyard. That's what we're deciding.
It'd be good to get some fresh air.
Well, the knight is actually she she doesn't live at the graveyard. She has a job at the guard post down the road.
Fresh air is an important part of a healthy lifestyle.
Is this one always like this? Just spouting out random knowledge?
It's just he QWERTY
Learn that
is
from me.
we don't question it. They're a delight to be around, and just go with it. Go with it.
Okay,
See?
fine, great. How did you all manage to come together? This is a very interesting bunch. More interesting, fairly interesting adventuring group. More interesting than I'd seen in a long time.
My programming was reset in the area. When I came to, I found this bunch, and they seemed to need a lot of mental assistance. Therefore, I am accompanying them to ensure their safety.
Mental assistance. We do offer therapy here if you're interested.
They need engaged long-term care. Therefore, I will travel with them and ensure they will be okay.
All right, I think we need to pack this up and get out of here.
Yeah, I've grown bored of this conversation too, so.
Yeah, I don't think we need to talk about this any longer before things get a little dicey, and I'm getting a little anxious, and I think we need to leave. So let's just pack things up, because I feel like we're getting a little too. I don't know. Things are getting a little too. I don't know. Let's just go ahead and go, guys. Okay.
To
All
the
right.
graveyard.
Thanks again, Marvin. Let's stay in touch.
Oh, it's Eldon, but thank you. Yes, let's stay in touch. If you can find my name, goodbye. As you head out, you make your way back into the city of Flan after leaving the temple. You have the knowledge now that this individual, he just showed up basically at Flan from a village that seems to have been destroyed. And not much else. You know about this knight. What is it that? Where is it that you'd like to go?
I think we're off to find the knight. Knight Aelid, I think is her name.
Yeah.
They have like a post, right? We should go there.
Oh, that's who it was.
Black
I heard
Fist.
eyelid.
That's their name.
That's why I was so confused earlier.
Yep, I wrote down eyelid because I was like, that's not right, but it's close. Maybe he'll know what I'm talking about.
You're doing great. We're all doing great.
Doing great.
Awesome. Okay, so you decide to go looking for the Knight of the Black Fist, who is investigating these attacks. You follow the path given to you by Eyelid, and you're directed to a guard station where Knight Aelid Burl awaits them. With only the slightest of effort, you are directed to this harried-looking woman bearing the uniform of a Black Knight. She's got streaks of gray in her blonde hair, which frames her face. She's got the hard-won lines of advancing age and a violent life. Turning a stern gaze upon you, she offers, "I understand that you've been looking for me. May I assist you, citizens?"
Who's telling you that we're looking for you?
I was told by the individuals who brought who sent you in. We've got guards out in the city too, have been not keeping tabs on you, so to speak, but have taken an interest.
Oh, so we have
in
a
the individuals.
reputation. Okay, cool. All right,
Perhaps.
cool. Love that.
Seem like quite a bit of strange things are occurring in this small town.
My
That
spark
they are.
notes conclude that we are investigating something about a ghost ship and a Draco Lich.
I'm not sure I'm familiar with that tome, but yes, we've heard rumors also of some sort of ghost ship. I think there are rumors that are going along, whether they're real or not. I can't say that I necessarily believe, or at least the Black Fist doesn't seem to think that there's anything to worry about there. Well, that being said, so I understand that you were coming from speaking with an individual whom I spoke with recently. Did you learn any information about where he's from, the name of the village he's from, or anything in that regard?
Honestly, we were hoping that you may have made a little more progress with him. He did just keep mentioning something about the eyes seeing him. I don't know if he mentioned that to you as well.
He did, yes. Everyone give me an insight check, please.
Okay.
Oh,
Not that.
that fits.
Not a natural one.
Sorry, pulling up my.
I rolled a
sheet.
12.
12, okay.
I also got a 12.
12, nice. Oh, y'all, this was a rough one.
Ooh,
Okay, cool. Okay, with the 12s though,
I
you can see.
sneezed.
Yeah. Okay, so with the 12, you can see that she's a little hesitant. She doesn't know if she can really trust you yet. So you can tell she's being a little cagey with her answers. She does explain. I've been looking into some attacks. Before I do though, what interest do you have in this? What you just made it to town? You talked to someone? You decided to help? I suppose. What's it? What are you
mean,
getting out of this?
Honestly, all this talk of Draco witches really concerns me because that's a sign that the world's shifting out of balance, and I must do what I can to make sure balance is returned.
Solving deadly mysteries makes me a better care provider.
In what way?
Preventing death is the ultimate goal.
Okay, I'm not sure that answered the question, but that's fine. Where'd you pick up this thing? I just love that all the NPCs are going to question QWERTY. Why
That's
QWERTY?
okay.
Yeah.
I don't think you should be questioning QWERTY so much. Like QWERTY's just here to help, and I think QWERTY's doing a great job.
That's fine.
He's doing great.
I should check myself. You're right. That's fair.
No, you can definitely question QWERTY. I think the whole concept is that he's kind of was basically reset. He doesn't really know why he's there, but he also doesn't really care why he's there. He's just there to do good and be good, and he just kind of attached himself to this group. So questioning his existence is totally normal.
I'm trying to defend you here. No, you're my friend. I care about you. Stop.
I just like all you guys because you're in my Zumba class.
Oh, so that's how you all met. Got it.
No, you're not.
I'm actually his physical therapist.
Awesome. Okay, so she says, yeah, I should check myself. I'm sorry. Blah blah blah. She says, I've been looking into these attacks. Several days ago. I suppose if you do have a valid interest, it seems you do have a valid interest in this. I suppose the danger to Flan and to the world at the presence of a potentially returning Dracolich may be something worth considering, I suppose. But so, given that, these attacks, the Madman's village was attacked 2 days ago. There was an attack 6 days ago at Vig's dock. There's a collection of farmhouses 10 days ago that were attacked, and the Ayleston Brewery 14 days prior to that. I am concerned that the attacks will eventually come to Flan. It looks like the attacks are traveling to the north, to Flan. unfortunately, I'm just not sure that I'm going to be able to convince my superiors to allow me to do more rigorous investigation. They seem to think that Flan is too big to be attacked. Each of these settlements and villages that were attacked are smaller. And they seem to think that Flan is invincible, but I don't know that I'm willing to take that risk.
It seemed that Yip is the only one from these attacks that has made their way to Flan.
As far as we know, yes. He's the only one. It's like I said, it's a 2-day journey from his village to here.
So no other survivors.
Not that we know of. Not that I've seen. No.
It sounds like every 4 days. You said 2 days ago, 6 days ago, that was Vig's dock.
Yeah,
right?
It seems like it's every 4 days that the attacks are happening.
So it doesn't seem like it's just a coincidence to you either. You also get the impression that maybe there's something going on with the timing.
Wait, how far away? Is this something? Would this be common knowledge? How far away do we know Vig's dock is from us here in Flan?
Give me a history check to see if you remember or know from kind of like past studies or anything.
1 second. Oh wow, a very impressive 5.
Cool. Yeah. No, you're not sure. You're not sure what the difference is, or what the time it takes.
Just sort of shrug then, and a bee flies up out of my hood.
Get it out of here! Open the window! And she opens the window and it flies out.
I'm gonna need that bee back, by the way.
Okay. Oh, sorry. I'll get my best men on it to go get the bee.
I snatch it out of the air, hand it back.
Using those monk skills, I love it. Right?
Wow, and completely intact. Incredible. Zumba's paying off.
You've got to teach me that later.
Like so.
Yeah, we really
like so.
I really need you to teach me that later, please. Okay, this is important. We'll talk about it later. It's fine. Okay, cool.
I'm just finishing up one quick thing. Cool. Okay. So she says, so she actually, while you were in the process of asking or thinking about this, kind of unbeknownst, at the same time you were trying to discern whether you knew how far away these attacks were from each other, she actually pulls out a map herself and she puts it on the table. You can see that she's kind of doing some calculations too. You can see her fingers tracing from one site kind of along a winding road on the map that leads to another site, and she kind of like taps her finger on the map and she says, by my best estimation, it looks like the time between each attack is approximately 1 or 2 days, so it must be something beyond just the fact that it's something more than just the fact of the time between these locations. That is making these attacks 4 days apart every time. It's very intriguing. Very intriguing. Let's see. I don't know. What more can I give you?
What time of day do the attacks happen? Is it during the day or like at night?
Well, I can't say that I know for sure. She looks kind of like she tries to think back, aka the DM is looking at his notes to see if I know why. Yeah, she's not sure. She says, so what she does is she says, well, I've been investigating these sites, or learning about them as best I can. I don't know what time the last attack occurred during the day specifically, but I did go and I investigated that last site personally. but I only interviewed travelers in Flan that passed through the first, second, and third locations. In all cases, the villages appeared to have been ransacked and burned by the time they had gotten there. Not much appeared to have been taken, if anything. And so it's impossible to tell for certain due to the fire and the lack of survivors whether any too much more beyond that. I found several old bones. I took the bones to a healer by the name of Philistrum Wondercondoodle, just to take a look at the bones and see if he could garner any more information about the remains.
Yes, Dr. Wondercondoodle.
Yep, close enough. Yes, Philistrum Wondercondoodle.
Where may we speak with him?
He has a shop in the market district just down the road.
I require more information regarding Draco Liches. Do you know where I may require such information?
Draco Liches. I can't say that I do. You might be interested in speaking with perhaps Philistrum. Maybe there's a sage maybe that you might be able to speak with. What's her name? What is her name?
What is the name?
Delacrae. Perhaps she might know something. She seems to be someone of a more arcane nature, a magic type. Perhaps she might be able to provide you with some information, but that's I cannot guarantee that. So, unfortunately, let's see. Did you have any more questions for me about the attacks or any of the information that I know about that?
Whenever
Should we
you
go
like
next?
were sorry.
No, you go. That's all I had.
Whenever you were investigating these sites, did you like find any like was it just like were they like what was the damage like? Was it burning, like ash, like was there residue, was there smells, like what was like, can you describe the damage?
She closes her eyes to get a better picture of what it is that she saw, and she says, yes, lots of burned buildings. Very little was taken, so I can't say that theft was the motive for this at all. But very few survivors. I believe I do recall there might have been some footprints that I saw, or some tracks that I saw as I was down there looking. Oddly, most of the tracks I found seem to be small-sized, almost like that of a human child.
Interesting.
I have a question. I guess maybe looking at the map. So we know that Aelid visited the potential next site of an attack if the pattern holds. What's the next site after that? Like, what would that be? Like 6 days from now?
She kind of like looks back at the map, and she kind of looks at like she kind of like her timepiece. Clearly, she's been up investigating this for a long time, so she doesn't even know kind of like what day it is at this point. She says, I have no idea where the next raid will occur, but if the pattern holds, the next attack, wherever it might be, should occur in less than 2 days. And potentially in 6 days, whatever that threat is, it could reach Flan. Again, I have no idea where the next raid is going to be, but it's possible that it could be just a day's ride from Flan, somewhere along the coast, if the pattern holds. She takes a look at her map and she says there are no villages there, but maybe there's some cottage or farm that I just don't know about, maybe that I'm unaware of. Let's see. There is a ferry landing. That seems to be the only spot that might be within a day's journey from Flan. it's possible that might be the next target.
Basically, all of these targets are just populated areas.
Populated
other-
areas, or even if not populated, I know that there was an alehouse that was attacked. If not populated, then just some sort of structure. There doesn't seem to be any rhyme or reason to the attacks, or any pattern beyond the timing that I've discerned.
And travelers on the road don't seem to notice any bands of raiders or any signs of parties marching from place to place. They just seem to vanish.
Yes, I've not heard of any individuals marching or any gathering of militias or armies or anything. No, not that I've heard. Everyone give me a nature check.
Ooh.
It's a 17.
Okay.
These moves of the coast make nature a wisdom throw.
All right.
How do you do? 17,
13 here.
13. I'm sorry, what was the other one? 17, 13. Another
It's
13.
me.
Oh, cool.
1 second. Sorry.
Oh no,
I'm
you're good.
trying to-
I kept accidentally talking over someone, so I kept missing what they were saying. I'm so sorry.
No, you're fine. It's a 12.
12. Okay, got it.
We're doing so good.
Yeah, you're doing great. Yeah. We love a natural one on the first session day. How are we doing? You having trouble finding it, or? Did we get everyone's roles? I'm sorry.
I think it's everyone, yeah?
Oh, perfect. Oh my god, I'm so sorry. Okay. Well, with those numbers, unfortunately, yeah, that's basically you're basically greeted with the silence that we just had because she doesn't give you any additional information. Sorry. We're living
It's
the
like-
game, y'all.
Ah, a moment's meditation is so healing.
I think the amount of bees all over John means that in any room that he's in, it's not perfectly silent. There's a low, ominous hum.
Oh.
It is a little unnerving.
Between,
I'm
like,
saying.
yeah, it's just, it's so, between you and QWERTY, like, the hum from QWERTY, and, like, the like, constant, just, like, humming that Warrior is doing with their meditation, and the bees, like, I get no peace.
And Giggles is
None.
upside down.
Always. Always.
It's honestly deafening in this room then between the three of us.
I see you've been practicing your handstands. It's quite.
This is
Quite
just
impressive.
the only way I can try to stay sane, and as you all know, there is no sanity within this person that I am, so I'm trying my best. So,
From what we've gathered so far, we're basically heading down the coast in this direction that they indicated and looking for signs of a potential attack. Is that what I gathered? Am I missing anything?
There's also a healer we can talk to.
and also, yeah, and
We could also.
there's a
go to
sage
the-
as well in the market
yeah.
district.
Delacrae, I think was the name.
So there's Philistrum,
Sage.
Wonderkin, Doodle in the market district, and then Delacrae, the sage, who is a magic type, and then There is also a ferry landing that's a day's journey away. That could be the potential next target. That is a day's journey away. So, and then the bigger overarching thing is that Flan could be the next target in the overall thing. That could be, and that's about 6 days, somewhere. I think 6 days away. And that's what my
Yeah,
understanding of the
if
overarching thing
Aelid's,
here.
yeah, if Aelid's predictions are correct. So we
And I
have
just
we
feel
have a little
like
bit of time.
I feel like Ayla's just like staring at me like you're an idiot. What are you talking about right now?
I mean, QWERTY's
But I am
thinking.
wearing a clown mask, so like I feel like that's warranted at this point. So
QWERTY's thinking stopping by to see Delacrae just for any information about this whole Draco Lich thing. Why did we want to stop at Philistrom again, the healer?
it was just mentioned.
Oh, okay. So I want to stop at Delacrae just to get any information they have on Draco Liches, since that seems to be the theme. And then, other than that, I think we're good to just head out to this berry thing you were talking about.
Unless the healer would have any idea about how to get through Yip. But I like the idea of visiting the magic person.
Mhm.
I'm thinking magic person, fairy, then come back, and then maybe try to get through to Yip. I feel like Yip isn't going to be much of a any more help.
Sounds like Yip has time.
Yes, Yip has time.
let Yip cook a little bit. Okay.
Yeah, let Yip cook. All right, so where I guess did we ask where Delacrae is?
Oh, Delacrae is also in the Market District. Not too far from just down the road. You can't miss it. She's got a store called All Questions Answered.
Ah.
GPSing, all questions answered.
All right.
Navigation commenced. Let's go.
Okay. So
Thank you for the questions answered and everything like that. I'm sorry that we were so loud and brought bees and craziness into your whatever this room is.
I do have to say, this is quite an interesting adventuring bunch. But if this happens to be the group that I'm stuck with to bring sanity back to Flan and to save Flan,
What does that mean?
be it.
The group you're stuck with?
I mean to say, you're just a very loud group.
Bees are very
loud
important
group.
for nature to thrive.
No, that's right. That's right. That's right. Yeah.
I appreciate that you acknowledge our auras.
Yeah. No, you just brought a lot of bees into my office. It's very loud in here. I can't say that anyone's done that before. Please take your bees outside with you.
I go to shake Aelid's hand.
Okay. She reaches her hand out, and she's very like she before she does so she puts on a glove and some greaves, and she grasps your hand, and you can see in her eyes this like terrified look of like, please don't sting me, please don't sting me, please don't sting me.
My hand is covered in honey. Sorry.
it's worse. She pulls her hand away, and there's strings of honey that like pull apart. She kind of like wipes it on her shirt. Just charmed. Well, feel free to head out. Feel free to report back with any information you have, if you choose to do so. I'll keep my ears out. I'll let you know if I hear of any more information about the attacks.
Okay, bye.
Thanks, Eyelid.
Just a quick comment from the stream. We got John
Yes.
saying #save the bees. We've got Winnie the Pooh over here.
Yes. Come on, Winnie. Just drenched in honey. Yes. Okay, team. So you leave the Black Fist guard post, and you make your way to the Market District, where eventually you do find, kind of like through the hustle and bustle. Eventually, you make your way to a building where above the door you can see there is a sign that indeed says, "All questions answered. You have found the place that you were searching for." You walk inside. And inside you can see there is kind of an older looking female half-elf who is behind the counter. And she's just kind of like humming to herself. I'm sorry, I'm going to take your tokens off of the screen for just a second and put them back on. Getting rid of the names just to make sure that we can see your tokens instead of just the white text. Anyway, okay, so she is behind the counter and she's like kind of just humming to herself. And there's no like melodic structure to what she's humming. She's as she's going about her business. You open the door and you hear a bell ring as you walk inside, and she says, come in, come in. What can I help you with today?
Hello, I am QWERTY, a personal healthcare companion. I require additional information about Dracoliches.
Dracoliches. Well, I must say that Dracoliches aren't necessarily my my specialty. What in particular are you looking for about them?
The eyes of the Dracolich. It sees me. It is coming.
Okay. Must be talking about that man that was brought into town recently. That one. The one, the interesting one.
Yes.
The one involved in the attacks. Okay.
You seem to be pretty well informed.
News travels fast here in Flan. We're a city, but we're not the largest city. Word travels fast. Well, I guess you must be here from the authorities or something. Then I take it you're here to do your investigation and everything.
Do we look like we're the authorities?
High Priest Doomguide sent us your way.
So, so she kind of like, so yes. Okay, all right. I'll drop the act. I'd prefer not to be imprisoned for swindling people who are working with the Doom Guard or potentially with the Black Fists. So I'm not going to swindle you out of your gold by claiming to know anything about Dracoliches. But what I can do is, for a small sum, perhaps, maybe we can get a little more information from the stars about why this might be happening, or discern some sort of reasoning behind this, patterns behind this. We can look to the stars, look to nature, and just figure out what we've got. What's going on? Why are these attacks happening? What do you say? How about 2 silver pieces? That's not a lot of money, right? You can spare that.
I would like to do a vibe check.
Okay.
About this.
Yeah, okay, go for it. Give me an insight check. And what specifically are you looking for?
So I'm looking for any sign that like she's actually studied in the arts of divination, or does she have like, tarot for dummies on her bookshelf? Like, you know what I mean?
Yes.
Just like, is there maybe a degree on her wall that's like she got her master's in fortune telling or something?
Does she have any Yelp reviews?
Yeah.
Yeah, fantasy Yelp reviews, yeah.
Cool.
All right, how'd we do?
Yes, that sounds lovely.
You got a 5.
What we get? 5? Okay, cool. 5. Okay, with a 5, she seems legitimate to you, as far as you can tell. So she's kind of like holding out her hands, waiting for the payment.
2 silver is nothing for information, and he just slides her 2 silver right off the bat.
I knew I should have asked for more. Thank you so much. Great. Yes. Well, it's going to take me a little bit of time to do some, to ask the stars what's happening. So if you just want to like peruse around a little bit, feel free, or you can sit here and watch. I'm just going to be talking to the stars. So I know some people might not find that interesting, but
does it have to be night?
No. I don't have to. No, the stars, there are always stars. Just because you can't see them doesn't mean they're not there or that they don't exist. Have you been outside of Flan before? Have you traveled before? Have you been to school before?
I don't get around very much.
Okay, well,
I would love to sit in the quiet with you and maybe commune with the stars. Maybe we can have a bit of a conversation.
oh, quiet, yeah. she says as there's buzzing. um,
Sorry, guys, can we speak up?
berating
I
her
can't
ears.
hear you over the bees. What was that? Quiet?
They said quiet. They need to sit in the quiet. Did you hear that?
Yeah, that sounds great. I'll join.
Okay, cool. Okay, cool.
Okay, great. Okay, we just sit here, and I'll do some chatting with the stars. All right. She kind of like goes around the corner. She finds kind of like a little seat just on the side of one of her tables, and she sits down. Then she kind of like straightens out her dress to prepare for her commune with the stars, and closes her eyes, and she breathes in deeply and exhales. Mother stars, grant me your wisdom. Tell me what's happening. What's going on, girl? Tell me what's going on with these attacks, please. I need to know because I've been paid and I can't let my customers down. I need them to give me a good fantasy Yelp review. What's going on with the attacks? And she stops for a second and she's kind of like taking in whatever information is being granted to her by the starlight. And she opens her eyes and she goes, that makes sense. That makes sense. All of the attacks are between the coast and the Iron Route. It's an old major trading road from Gentile Keep to Flan and beyond. You might not know this. The attacks are happening every 4 days. On the dot. That's what the stars are telling me.
The stars told you that? That's
The
incredible.
stars told me that. What do you think? Isn't that great? Isn't that cool? They just told me that.
That was solved by a mathematical equation.
No. It was told to me by the stars. What a wondrous world, isn't it? What a wondrous world. For 2 more silver, I can give you a little more information.
We already knew this information. Therefore, the 2 silver presented requires more information.
Give me a persuasion check.
Not gonna be good. Persuasion. 5. I also cast Druidcraft and give her Beyonce wind hair.
Okay, incredible. You can see that Delacrae actually like looks a little sorry for you with the low roll, and she says, ugh, "I said I wasn't gonna swindle, so fine. Okay. Travel time on the road between the location of each attack is approximately 1 day. Even the slowest traveler going only under cover of darkness would make it 2 days, even with inclement weather of the stormy bay, lashing at them and muddying the roads. That's all the time it would take. The only settlement between Flan and the last attack is also near the coast is a small fishing village on a tiny island, just a short ferry ride into Stormy Bay. Also, the 4-day timing increment, I know you knew that, but did you know this? Seems that the timing corresponds roughly with the changes in the phases of the moon. I bet you didn't know that, did you?
That's
maybe
the kind of divination we're talking about.
Yeah, maybe the 2 silver was worth it. Maybe you should leave me a good review. Maybe you shouldn't question my credentials in the future. You're welcome.
And what's the phase of the moon right now? I understand that it's not a star, so it might take some time.
Yeah, it might take some time. Come back come back next session when the DM has determined what phase the moon is in right now.
Yes.
Yeah. I'll let you know for 2 more silver at some point in the future, maybe. So
Did we
Anyway.
establish what the name of this village was that is in the location that we're heading to? Or we just don't know what it is, we just know where it is?
The island fishing village, you mean?
Yeah, that one. No? Okay. Island Fishing Village it is.
I love island fishing village.
Sounds like a great
I would
vacation spot, to be
love
honest.
to. Yeah. Me and my friends going to island fishing village. So maybe we should go to the docks.
Sounds like a plan.
Cool. Okay, so you know that it's based on what you've learned. It's not just like the docks. You know that it is a day's travel to get from
Mhm.
where you are now to the ferry, which would take you to the thing. So if you want to do anything else here before you head out, feel free to do so. Otherwise, we can just head out. What would you all like to do?
Is it like early in the day, or is it like about to be nighttime? Like, do we need to take
It's-
a
I mean,
long
it's-
rest first?
I mean, it's still pretty early in the day.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I mean, do you
Yeah.
need a long rest?
No.
We should all be at full, right? Unless you took damage. Did you take damage that I missed?
Believe it or not, no.
Cool.
Thank
Yeah.
you for your
Maybe-
assistance.
Have you-
Here's some
you seen-
nutritional sustenance for your thanks. And give her a good berry.
Oh, thank you. This is I'll make some tea out of this. Great.
I don't recommend it. I recommend eating it whole.
Okay. I'll do that later. Thank you. And she
I just
puts it
want-
on.
I do have like some questions before we leave, and I feel like
They look
you're
good.
withholding some information from us,
Me?
and I think we've given you some money, and I feel like we could get a little more information from you because we're trying to help. Not this, like, we're really trying to help the city of Flan not get leveled by whatever is going on. I mean, you know, you saw what happened to Yip, and I don't think you want that to happen to anybody else in this town. So, and I don't want that to happen to me or any of my friends here. So, like, I feel like we could maybe like talk a little bit more about what's going on here. Would you consider maybe like, I feel like you know maybe a little bit more from maybe because you run a shop here, so you know people coming in and out of here all the time. You're in the district here. Maybe do you know anything else about? Have you heard anything from people coming in and out of here? Rumors about stuff going on that you might be able to like talk about? Like, I just like we're trying to understand like and maybe get to the bottom of what's going on because we're trying to help. Like, have you heard anything?
Give me a persuasion check, please.
Okay. Persuasion. That is a 13.
13. Okay. Okay, with a 13, she says, well, if you have been I can't say that I know all the answers, but if you came to my shop and you're working with the Black Fists and the is it Black Fist or Black Knight? Black Fist, yeah. And you're working with the Black Fists. You're working with Doomguard, the Doomguard. No doubt you've probably been, heard the name Philistrum, Wondercondoodle. He comes into my shop every once in a while. We're buds, local, local friends here. I don't know if it's gonna be all that helpful for you. Maybe not at this point, because I totally I don't understand everything. He's a healer, very science related, a little above my head and my pay grade. But what he told me is that he received some bones from a knight that brought them to him. They were toe bones, I think, from an adult human. As far as I recall, him telling me they were stained from where the muscle was, and then the skin rotted atop them. So they seem to be kind of old. There was a sticky residue on the bones that he was telling me about, some sort of natural adhesive. Maybe it was a tree sap.
Could be honey.
It could be honey. Who knows? Again, not a lot of information. but it's another piece of the puzzle that you might be able to take and put into your finished puzzle at some point, maybe. As far as overarching things, I guess I couldn't tell you too much. All I can say is there's been rumors going on about dragon cults who have been coming back. There's a dragon attack here in Flan recently, which you all know about from season one.
Breaking the fourth
No.
wall.
Yeah, just make, because I think we have a couple people who were not here from season one, so that's not new information. Shouldn't be new information to your characters. So, all this is to say, yeah. So all this is to say that dragon activity has been growing, and some sort of cult is trying to bring back some sort of monstrous creature to this realm, potentially to take control of it. I don't know. I just that's what I've heard. That's all the rumors I've had that come through my shop. Take what you will from it.
Sounds
That's all
like
I
we
got.
need to stop a Draco Lich. First stop, Fishing Village.
Well, yeah, dock, I guess, would be technically the first step.
Well, thank you for answering that question. I didn't mean to be so aggressive about persuading you there, but thank you.
No,
Yes,
it's all right.
Lecrae, your shop lives up to its name.
Oh, what you call me?